Good morning, guys. Today I'm going to show you how to open up a pair of Ford FG headlights. These are not a factory headlight, these are aftermarket ones that I've got in. They are a lot cheaper than factory genuine ones. That's the part number for the left hand side. Made in Taiwan, as you can see. And then this is the part number for the right hand side. Now these are to suit a FPV or G6E or G6ET because they haven't got that wavy underneath part. So this is basically my homebrew oven because my standard oven doesn't fit these lights, they're too big. So basically that's how I've got it set up. Just a pipe going through with a heat gun. And yeah, just sitting it on there, make sure it's not touching anything. None of these tabs sort of bend down. I did screw up my tab on the other one on this one because I lent it on something and it just bent and melted. So I'm going to probably plastic weld that on once I got the car through. Headlight all together. So as you can see, that's a bit of permaseal there. So they aren't rubber butyl sealed, unfortunately. Means it's going to be a pain in the ass. So we just seal that up. We turn this on high. I won't do it just yet. And I've just got this box here just to sort of seal it up so none of the heat can go through. So I'll come back to you and at that point I'll be ready to start pulling these things apart. Alright guys, so this is the headlight. So what we're going to start doing is putting a little bit of pressure on these tabs here. That way you can bend them out of the way a little bit. Just be very careful. This plastic is a bit brittle, I've noticed. Doesn't like to bend like the factory plastic does. Obviously why they're so much cheaper than genuine Ford. So I'm just going to start by grabbing just a long nose flat blade screwdriver. Just starting in at the end here. So I'll just rock them back and forth. Sort of loosen up the grip of that permaseal. Like that. Now don't freak out, you will distort the plastic a bit, but once you are ready to put it all back together, you can just heat it up because you're going to reseal it. Well, I'm going to reseal it with rubber butyl. That way, if I ever want to remodify these headlights, they're going to be an absolute dream to pull apart. But yeah, basically, when you reheat it, you can rebend that plastic all the way back into the form it used to be. So you'll do this a few times around. Once the plastic starts to get cold again, it goes really hard. At that point, throw it back in your sort of homemade oven for about 5 minutes. Pull it out. Just test it on one of these pieces here, like this piece here. That's the easiest part to bend. But just give them a bit of a pull, and if they're not budging, throw it back in for a few extra minutes. The problem area I saw was this end, because they put a lot of goo around here. The last set I actually cracked around here, which isn't a huge issue. I can just glue it back together with some, I don't know, probably JB weld, or I might try an attempt to plastic weld. Hopefully this view is good for you guys. If you do enjoy the heads over display sort of view, let me know in the comments. It is a bit of a tedious test. actually was quite difficult to get that one apart, is around this corner here. So it's going to want to split, and because they put so much bloody goo on it, it makes it very difficult to pull apart without damaging anything. Now obviously take your time with this, you can always reheat it and just slowly pry as you go. So I'm just using these little plastic trim tools, just sort of placing them in there so it doesn't reclose on itself and keeps a little bit more pressure on the whole headlight so it comes apart a little bit easier. Just this corner is a mission to not damage. I'm trying to prevent it happening because I did it on the last headlight, so you won't see it once it's in the car, but I know it's there. I'm just going to switch to underneath the headlight. I just use so much sealant. You just got to sort of break it away. There we go. So you can see the amount of sealant these guys have used. It's good because they'll never leak, but it's just such a mission to pull it apart. But there you go, guys. If you ever want to modify your Ford XR6 headlights to get them down to these, and you can paint all this black, like I've done to these XR6 headlights here. So I've only used these as like a gauge, I guess, to say, yes, I do want to do this, or no, I don't. So these are rough. I don't really care about these, but you can basically paint the inside of the reflectors all black. So these all just come out with a couple of screws, paint them black basically. Use a high quality paint because you don't sort of want to rip these things apart again. And then you got the insert as well. So that used to be chrome. That was black from factory. But obviously everything was like, it was a quick spray job, nothing I'm proud of, but it gives you the effect of what these things will look like once you have a projector in them. Which I'll do that right now for you actually. So I've just got the same projector lenses that I did with the Mazda Bravo lights these ones. So same projector, same shroud, just painted it. Which you'll see those Mazda Bravos in the next episode on how I did those. Or you'll see this one before. I think you'll probably see this one before. So they're already done. They'll be on the car very, very soon when I decide to go see my mate. But yeah, basically I've just painted one of my crappy shrouds just white to get an idea. Obviously I'm toying with a few different colour options. And you sort of just slide them in. So to give you a rough idea on what they would look like. So there's one shroud. I don't have the other one, I don't know where it is. But yeah, so that's like a standard, I think these are about 90mm shroud. Now for the low beam side, because that's high beam, but they'll both be high and low beam. I'm going to go with a larger shroud because these sort of look a little bit funny with a small shroud in them. You know what I mean? So I want to get one that's a little bit bigger, but that'll obviously come up in the next episode. So just stay tuned, guys, and hopefully I'll have these FG lights and all my bits and pieces very soon. Thanks for watching.